Hey y'all, today I am making a bowl of comfort cozy soup. That's right, it's cold enough out here where I am to really enjoy some soups. It is creamy tortilla, well, wait a minute. It's creamy chicken, can't leave out the chicken. It's creamy chicken tortilla soup. So this is a rich soup, it's loaded with tender chicken, veggies, and just a little bit of heat. Just a little bit. So if you're craving something warm and cozy, this is the recipe for you. And make sure you stick around to the end because I'm going to show you how to make homemade crispy tortilla chips. So let's get to cooking. I'm going to start off by marinating my chicken, and that's per pound. You're going to add ground cumin, chili powder, smoked paprika, salt and pepper. Of course, you're going to add a juice of a lime with some lime zest. You got to make it zesty, y'all. I'm adding my favorite. That's minced garlic with some cilantro. That cilantro, of course, is optional if you don't like it. And you always got to marinate with a little oil. Now, I've cleaned my chicken. I have let it soak in salt water, but I have not removed the fat. Now, you don't have to grill. You can bake your chicken. Or you can go the route of convenience, and that's purchase it from the grocery store already pre-cooked. You know, those lovely roasted chickens that are so easy to pick up. And if you don't have that, simply take your clean chicken and put it in the broth while you're cooking. Simply take it out of the pot once it's done, shred that chicken and put it back in. It was a beautiful day out, so I simply grilled mine, added a little smoked chips to make it extra smoky. So with this recipe, I'm just adding a little extra love to it. I'm taking about 8 to 10 Roma tomatoes and I'm making my own sauce. Now you don't have to do that. You can open up a can of crushed or diced tomatoes. But this is just a little tutorial to show you how to do it if you decide to do so, or if you got some extra tomatoes from your garden. After I slice it in half, I'm going to remove some of the pulp and seeds, line them up on a nice little baking sheet, just drizzle with some olive oil, sprinkle with some salt and pepper, and that's it. Place it in the oven for about 25 minutes until it softens up and get nice and juicy. It doesn't have to be too soft. After that, I'm just going to blend it up in a food processor or chop it up. Oh, look at those beautiful vegetables. Makes everything taste good. That's what we're going to be using in this soup. I'm going to be taking a half of a red bell pepper and a half of a green pepper because I just like the combination of the flavors. I'm going to be adding some diced jalapenos. That's up to you. This is optional. You can also take the seeds out to make it less spicy. I'm adding 2 clove garlics and of course some more spices for the soup. And now I'm starting off with a little oil so I can caramelize those onions. So once I've softened these for a few minutes, I'm going to add the remaining vegetables there. We have the garlic, the bell peppers, and the jalapenos. You know, you got to get each and every one of those. No vegetable left behind. And I'm just sauteing that for a few minutes, not till they get really soft. So I still want a little bite in them. We still got time to cook them. I'm going to add here a container of chicken broth. That's roughly 4 cups to start. All right, everyone. I did a flavor boo-boo. I should have taken those spices and added them towards the end of my sauteing of the bell peppers and garlic. That just helps to boost the flavor, but that's all right. It still tasted wonderful. But if you want to boost your flavor, saute those spices first. After you mix really well, let it simmer for roughly 10 minutes before adding that corn and black beans. And so now I'm going to add my homemade tomatoes there. Like I told you, you can go the route of convenience and pick up a can. They're just as good. And as you can see, I brought that nice pot of veggies up to a little boil. And I'm going to take it down to a simmer before I add my grilled chicken, nice and smoky. Now, you're supposed to use roughly 2 cups, but as you can see, I increased my chicken just a little. So that's a little over a pound. I'm going to have to add a little bit more chicken broth because I like my chicken tortilla soup to be a little on the brothier side. Of course, it's all up to you. It depends on how you like your soup. If you add more broth, don't forget to add more seasoning if needed. This is the time you need to do your taste test. Now at this point, it's done. It's just completely up to you. Chicken tortilla soup doesn't take long to cook. You can cook it in roughly about 30 minutes. I like to cook mine longer to let those flavor mingle. Isn't that beautiful? I just love the color. Now this is the type of soup that benefits from a next day eating. Yes, those spices just mingle in. As you can see, if you want to, you can stop, but not me. I'm going to add some cream to my soup because it's nice with the spices. I'm going to add 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. Do not add this when it's boiling. You can either add it right after you turn off the eye of the stove, that is, or during that low simmer. But if you boil it, you're going to be making sour cream and yogurt. It's going to curdle right on up. Now I'm outside doing this voiceover now, so you may hear some ducks squawking. They're going south for the winter. Now it's on to our wonderful tortilla strips to top off that soup. You can use white or yellow. I use the combination. You're going to stack those up and really only need to cut them about 1/4 inch. Don't worry about being exact. As you can see, I stagger between 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch. And now I'm going to add this to a baking sheet. I'm using oil, but if you have any type of spray oil, it might make it easier. Also, I'm going to season the tortilla strips. If you fry them, then you're going to season them after. Now, my son came over to pick up a few bowls of this soup, and of course, he loved the tortilla chips. They are really good as a snack on their own. And I definitely know about it because I had quite a few. And if you're anything like me and you love crunchy snacks, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more tasty recipes. Now once you get it coated, you're just going to line them up individually on your baking sheet. That's about 10 to 20 minutes in the oven. And these are not greasy at all, but still I will place them on a paper towel to absorb any additional oils. And then the other way to make these is, of course, the lovely fry. Everything that's fried tastes good, doesn't it? Thanks so much for spending a little time with me today. If you're craving some more comfort food, be sure to check out these videos next. I will see you there.